There we go. Oh, let's see if we can just have a little screen to say hello. so, so in regards to the Librem 5, it's looking good. It's looking good. Actually, maybe I should just get some. Oh, I'm kidding. There we go. So, of course, we're going to close this down and go look in regards of, regards of the chat. And, just thinking, in regards to the Librem 5, it does have these things, and they're really into, it seems like a lot of people are into these things in regards of being able to turn off the network and so forward in regards of like a physical button instead. Now, in regards of this phone, which is an LG V20, I can actually push this thing up here. Of course, that's not a hardware switch. This is software switch, I guess. I have checked in regards of instruments and so forward, and it does seem to turn it off totally in regards of, nothing going out or something like that. But, in regards, I do see, if I'm going to sleep and my mobile is close at hand, it is nice to just be able to totally switch it off, but I must say it's not one of my main points why the Librem 5 would be something I really wanted. Well, I guess it's not a, I would probably use, turning off the network and, going to bed if I have it close to me and listening, to some books and so forward. What is called, I have something in my teeth, I think. Oh, it's that. Oh, it's not, I guess it must be from my tea. My tea is like, I've just put things together, so it's not really filtered, so there's a lot of things in it, It's a fungus tea against fungus, right? Garlic and cinnamon and cloves and all that, antifungal things and all that, cayenne pepper and all that. But getting back to the topic here, and of course, when you actually make it as a tea, like when there's things in the tea, you can it will just go into your system as well. So you won't really, it will be able to work down through your gut as well, which probably is a pretty good thing as well. So anyway, getting back to it. So in regards to these, as I understand, there's like 3 buttons and you can turn different things off and all that. That's not my, that's not the thing that I would, it's like, that's the reason why I want it, that's not the reason. But I do see it, it's just be able to, turn it off and all that. That's probably, but I guess, having the hardware to totally turn it off, I guess it would be a more sure way of turning off any radiation and all that. And I think radiation from mobiles is harmful. As I understand it, there's some research in regards of fungus, and when you give fungus radiation, apparently they seem to react on it, and it's a negative thing. They seem to promote. It seems to promote that they are making more mycotoxins. Now, mycotoxins is the poison that fungus make. Now, I think our whole society actually is pretty much, what should we say? We have fungus food everywhere. We have sugar, and more sugar, pretty much. Sugar and alcohol. It's just we're just arrived to getting fungus, even if we don't know it. Living in us like a symbiotic thing and all that. Anyway, so if we are then being in regards of radiation, if we actually have fungus in us, like, then of course that would make the fungus promote more mycotoxins, which again would make more issues in our body, and it's just all the pieces that runs down and all that, and we are getting killed on so many levels in this, in this fallen world where there's so much deception and lies, and people are reaching out for money, It's just incredible how people are just, what people want to do for money. There's people out there, they would do anything and everything if they can get some money, 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 money. They don't care if they kill you or whatever, or make you sick or whatever. Yeah, no, the Satanist believes that we're too many people on this earth in any case, right? So, if someone, just kills them off, it doesn't matter apparently. This is so cruel a world. Any case, so I think in regards of fungus, it's a totally overseen issue that we have in our society. And it seems like cancer might actually be related to fungus. Anyway, but no, we don't know what cancer is and this and that because apparently, and of course they have burning in regards of. Radiation, that's burning, right? Then they have the poison of chemotherapy, whatever, and then they have, let's fix the knife. Let's just take something off your body. Yeah. Doesn't really sound pretty good. It sounds actually like a nut house, a crazy house, what is it called? The lunatic house with people in white, white coats, running around thinking they're of course they're getting money for it, killing off people and murdering them and all that. Anyway, it's insane world. It's utterly insane. Anyway, getting back to and of course they speak Latin, right, or something like that. Latin, and you sit there in front of the white coat, and he's talking this and that, and it's like, okay, could you speak my language, please? Instead of this bullshit language, And this, it's just, don't let it reminds me in regards of when the Roman Catholic Church didn't want us to read the Bible in our own language, in our own tongue, because, we can't have that. It has to be Latin because people don't understand Latin, and we'll just keep the word from, and then we'll kill off the people that actually, have it in their own tongue, because it exposes our whole system being a pagan system and nothing to do with Christianity. Yeah, Roman Catholicism has nothing to do with Christianity. It's like an outer surface filled with paganism. It's like, bingo, it's paganism. They worship a cookie. It's idolatry. Anyway, and by the way, the Antichrist is the Roman emperor, the Caesar guy and all that. That's the Antichrist. That's people know him as the Pope, or know him as the, Holy Father, or His Holiness and all that. Well, blasphemy and other bullshit and all that. This unholy faker and this Pope, it's really a smelly thing. Anyway, so of course, all the Protestants knew about it. Why don't you know about it? Well, maybe because someone have, been very effective to getting us away from that. I'm getting off topic. Excuse me. Let's see if we can get back to on topic here. So, anyway, so in regards to these things that is on the mobile and all that, these turn on and turn off switches and all that, that's not really the selling point for me in regards to the Librem, That's really not the selling point for me. The main things, would be like, some things that needs to be on a mobile for me to be interested is, a jack stick, changing the battery. Yep, we love that as well. And of course, a micro SD, you have to have some storage and be able to upgrade the storage and all that. I think that's a must. And if there actually was two, whoa, that would be nice because it's actually sometimes cheaper if you actually buy, just an idea. I've seen one older Android MP3 mobile with that. That would be, and of course it was a little big and all that, I think, in regards to, but it looked, it looked pretty good. But it was tuned for. But anyway, in regards to 2 micro SD, wouldn't bother me at all if you put it in the future version of something like that. I guess many other people might actually also be happy with another micro SD slot, because then you can just, even if you have, you might have a spare one, maybe it's a little small or whatever, but, laying around, just stick it in there and we'll have more space, and if you want really, could just you know. Anyway, as always, a nice upgrade with the, micro SD, So it wouldn't be a bad thing with 2, I think that would be pretty good, and good upgrade. And that would also be a big selling point. But okay, 1 is okay. It's not bad. 1 is okay. That's a minimum. But it would be nice with 2. I do see maybe if one could actually, maybe that's a little too difficult to, if you could run it in RAID, maybe to get more speed. I don't know. That could actually be kind of cool, but I guess you would not need, it could be broken if you then take it out. That might be a problem if you take one of them out and all that. Anyway, so in any case, but it could be cool, if you could do it, just being aware that you shouldn't take it out and all that. The people buying a Librem 5 and all that are probably the technical guys and the nerds and all that. And then, the nerds are already speaking in regards of doing things in regards of the Librem 5, It's just thumbs up, go for it, nerds, Just remember who the Antichrist is and who Jesus Christ is. That's kind of important in this fallen world to know. Who is Jesus and who is the Antichrist, 2 very important things, I think, actually the most important things to know in this world. So, but anyway, the Antichrist is the papacy, the office of the papacy, the office and seat of the papacy. That's pretty much, the great toilet throne and all that. That's pretty much the Antichrist, the papacy. Every single of these guys in this, in this office is representing the Antichrist, the man of the number 666. So anyway, and Jesus Christ is the Son of God and God in flesh, who died for the sins of the world and was resurrected again, 3 days later on and all that, and now sits at his, in the heavens with his Father, and we are awaiting his return. Anyway, so yeah. So let's get back to it. I hope also there's some good Bible programs in regards to the Librem 5. That would be nice. I do have some Bible software in regards of Android, as you can see here, and this one is free, this one's in free, and then this one is free, free sources. I think actually they also do some in regards of Linux as well, both Bishop and Bible Time and Bible. I think they actually also do Linux. Bible's Time actually if they are going to continue to do what they have done, that will actually seem to be the best of the 3, at least for Android. They really have done a lot of things in regards of Bible Time. And if they continue to work on that and progress and all that, might actually be the program that it could actually, what shall we say, substitute the other 2. Not to say the other 2s are, they have that differences, and that differences forces and strength and all that. Anyway, but Bible Time have really, done a lot of things, since I got it. So that's thumbs up for that, and free. I wonder if it's actually open source on I think it might be, I don't know. Bishop and Bible might also be open source. So, I guess there's possibilities of getting some great Linux Bible apps on the mobile. On the Librem 5, if some Christians out there are thinking of going on the Librem 5. It won't be me in regards of programming and all that, because that's not me. I've never been good at this programming thing and all that, and I have too much in my head already, so I'm just pretty much, that's not, yeah, anyway, that's not me. So, but you never know what the people out there are, this is going to be great, the community around this will be, I think it will be wonderful. Anyway, that's also one of the selling points, I guess. This, this is like a community thing, This is for people that, that we can help each other on so many levels, by the people, for the people. Not in regards of, the company is just taking away our, our this and that, oh, you cannot record because we don't want you to, whatever, or we'll just take this feature away from you and this feature away from you and this feature away to you just because we can and we don't care. But, what is it called? This kind of, despotic way of how they, what shall we say, they don't care about the users because they already have a lot of power and all that, and that's they just so yeah. So in regards to the Librem, Librem 5, the community and all that, it's already, it's nice people that is in the community as well. They might not agree in regards of my Jesus and all that, in regards of the Jesus thing and all that. But it's the people that care in regards of in the same area, in regards of where I am, in regards of having openness and having administrator right. And I might not actually be good in regards of all that administrator thing and all that, but I want at least to be able to do it, whatever it is, I want to be able to do something I want to do if I want to do it, that at least there's a possibility of if I put my time into it, that I can actually do it without actually someone trying to just, put a door in front of me and say no, and then you need to try to figure out if you can go around it. If some nerds have actually looked into it, or people that actually know, well, it's not a negative, in regards of a nerd, it's like someone that knows things, in regards of, hey, see if some of these guys have actually made something so you can go around the things and all that. Well, that's but instead of anyway, so another thing is in regards to the Librem 5, besides the community, and again, we already see, the nerds, moving in some sense, and it's wonderful. And I wonder in regards to the growth of the Librem 5, it's just it will be awesome to follow. But this is one of the other things that I think is awesome about Purism and the Librem 5, and they write here, did you know that Purism contributes to several free open source software projects such as GNOME, VLRoots, and Debian? We have also made dozens of patches to the Linux kernel 5.2, 5.1, 5.0, 4.2, for the Librem 5 and our other hardware. Then there's a web page and all that. And this is, by the way, the Librem Social, which I think they forked, as I understand it. But the thing is, they give back to the community, as I understand it, and that's good. That's nice, as long as they don't try to take over and all that, hopefully no Jesuits are going to infiltrate them and try to, bullshit things and all that, and keep the power in the user's hands. Now, in regards of people, in regards of Purism and you have to be careful in regards to the Jesuits. They might try to, if you begin to actually move in the world in regards of this, you might actually get some pretty harsh enemies. Anyway, so that might want to try to destroy what you actually are making. So I think we actually see it on other levels where it's like, the browsers and all that, where I'm like thinking, this is weird that they are closing down, I think it's Firefox, where they're closing down, in regards of actually being able to do what you want in regards to the settings and all that. I'm like, anyway. I guess the world, the powers to be wants to, in regards to the internet, it was like freedom, right? Freedom! And then you just saw more and more. You're just seeing how they're grabbing more and more of the internet to have control over it instead of actually having, freedom. Yeah, it's just, I guess maybe it's our own fault because we are actually joining these companies thinking, it's wonderful, this is wonderful. And then later on, they cook us in the pot in some sense, It's very sad. It's very sad. So hopefully this will not be the experience in regards to the Librem 5 or Linux. It seems like Microsoft and all that is trying to get that. I think we have to be careful, We don't want these big companies to take over, it's just anyway. So in any case, in regards to Purism and all that, that would be one of the things, giving back to the community. That's good. And being open and all that, that's a positive as well. That sounds good to me. It's just stupid. We go, hey, just all these closed things and closed software and all that. Just getting tired of it. So what was the other thing in regards to the Librem 5, I guess? Let's see, thinking. Oh yeah, getting away from Android. Oh, ho, and the iPhone and all that. Ho. Well, I don't really have tried iPhone and all that, but as I understand it, it's closed system as well, like Android. And actually seems like might actually be more closed. But anyway, I haven't tried it, so it's not in my ballpark in some sense. I thought Android was like Linux, right? It was, open and all that, but that's totally bullshit, right? Because I don't even have root, I don't even have administrator rights and so forward. So I remember the beginning when Android was coming, I was like, oh, it's a Linux phone, right? Oh, it's a Linux phone. Well, not really a real Linux phone, is it? The Librem 5 will be a real Linux phone, where you have full access. It's you're not put in the jail, you're not getting any handcuff or whatever. You can do whatever you want, and if you want to install something else, you can do that, right? That seems to be the case. This is wonderful. Here we have I love Linux. I fell asleep reading about the sudo security flaw and woke up this morning with the patch ready to install. Open source goodness. I guess that's. But this is, by the way, this is Librem Social, and I'm still. Did we lose the camera here? I think we lost the camera because of other things and all that. So here we see Brian Lunduk, some guy, whatever. I'm not. Let's just close the camera here. Not sure who this guy is, if he's working for, but he has a Librem 5 phone apparently. So, time to install some more software on my Librem 5. Yep, anyway, so that's pretty much the Librem Social here. And you can see I have different people here on it. And actually, it is, pretty smooth on Android, or, so I do wonder if they, I guess this application should also come on Librem 5. I'm not sure if they actually have created it yet, if it works on Librem 5 yet. But anyway, yeah, so here we have something more in regards to Purism. Anyway, let's see here. Oh, here we have the Librem 5 from Purism. I'm not sure if I say that that's the mobile. Looks pretty good to me. And as I understand it, maybe I can turn it around here. That's the switches that we see down there. Let's see. Do I have problems zooming here? Why can't I zoom anymore? Apparently that's... Maybe I could zoom it if I did like this, right? Let's try again. No, we have some problem. Let's try again. There we go. And if I turn it around, I guess there might be some issues still with the Librem Social. Yeah, let's try if we go like this. Uh-oh, we lost it. Oh no. Let's see if we can find it. There we go. I see. Yeah, there we go. That seems to be slightly a bug or something like that. But anyway, so here are the switches that they are so fond of, it seems. Again, it's not really why I would like a Librem 5. But anyway, they're there, and it will be interesting. Oh, here we go. Oh, zoom it. Okay, yep, there we go. There we go. There we see the buttons here, right? So we have 3 of them. And as I understand it, if you turn them all off, then we'll turn everything off, right? Something like that. It's a little hard when you haven't tried and you just read about it and all that. But it looks pretty good, It looks pretty good. It look a little thicker than the standard mobile in regards of Android, but that's okay. No problem for me in any case. Here we have it in the front, looks pretty good. And one thing that, as I understand, there's just one front camera and one back camera, and I think that's okay. I think all these cameras just it's just why not just one camera? And I do wonder in regards of microphones. Like there's 3 microphones on the mobile I have now, and it's kind of, sometimes you wonder which microphone it actually use, and that's well, maybe it's just me complaining a little in regards of. So I feel like it's great, just one camera, one in the front and the back and all that, and I do wonder in regards to the microphone, keeping it simple also, oh, here we have the things where they package them and all that. No, not something totally extraordinary, but yeah, okay. But it's, yeah, it's yeah. Still, I guess we have the feel of, yeah, it's yeah. I guess it's not totally like it's different. It's different, and I think different is great. It's great to see what yeah. I see here Daniel Chooks in regards of no secret, 100% free software, source Purism apps, and by the way, I think they are also in regards. I think actually Purism, the system itself, has been accepted by what do you call those? Is that FOSS Society or something like that? I think they're called F. Let's see if we can find FOSS. I think it's called. What's it called? With the guy there. What is he called? FOO. What is he called? That guy. Let's see. I think it's FO Society or something like that. I'm not sure I'm getting this right. Free, what was like free society, whatever. No. It was Richard what? Richard. I should have, I should know actually. Richard what? No, isn't that Richard? Maybe not Richard. Nah, I'm getting it wrong. Stalker, no, not Stalker. What was he called? Richard? No, not Richard. The fat guy, in regards of the Free Software Foundation. Oh yeah, Free Software Foundation. Free Software. There we go. Foundation. Yeah. Anyway, he's kind of fat. He's actually pretty fat. But anyway, yeah, Richard. There we go. Richard Stalk. Oh. Did I lose it now? Let's try to see. Richard. FS. Oh yeah. Okay. No. Well, it's just I think we're going forward here. There we go. Free Software Foundation. I think the Free Software Foundation actually accepted. We have a picture of a book in regards to DRM. And it's also, in regards of, you buy some music and all that, and you want the music on your mobile or something like that, and then you have all this bullshit things in regards of, and then you need to use one program and another program and all this to release the music from the media. It's just annoying, you just get tired of it, And they haven't made it like easy, it's just in regards of naming it from the beginning, or you just see track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could have made it so much easier for the people, but no. We need to have all this security bullshit and all that on. Anyway, I think actually, let's go back and search F is F, and if I remember correctly, FSF, and then we have Purism. I think their system is actually on the list, have come on the list for being accepted by them. FSF adds pure OS to list of endorsed GNU Linux distributions. So I don't know when that happened, but that's a good sign, I think, that they did. 2017. So that's 2 years ago, or less than 2 years ago. Yeah. Today announced the addition of Pure OS, its list of recommended GNU Linux distributions. Nice. So apparently they also accept this. So this is wonderful. Let's see if we can find it here. That's a bonus point as well, you know. Let's see, added. Do we not have the list of? Yeah, it's a little hard with the mobile and all that in regards of. I know they have a list of somewhere on the webpage. In regards of, maybe the link is here. Let's try to push that one and see if. Show GNU Linux. Yes, yeah. There we. No, that was not the page I was looking for. I think. No, yeah. There we go. So GNU Linux distros for PC and workstations. We have Dragora, Dynabolic, GNU Sense, GUIX, Hyperbola, Parabola. Since it sounds like a little like a sickness, the parabola or hyperbola. Sounds like a little, a sickness or some kind. But anyway, Pure OS, there we go. Pure OS, a GNU distribution based on Debian with the focus on privacy, security, and convenience. Actually, I had two others Treskel was one of them that I looked into. I think there was two distributions that I looked into in regards of that could be interesting. Oh, we have also Ututu. I haven't really tried much of these. I might have tried Treskel, and then one more thing actually. I have tried more than those. I can't remember everything, and so I probably have looked into. Have something else. Libra CMC, Protean OS or whatever. Apparently some historical things that isn't in the works anymore, I guess. But anyway, Pure OS has actually, to be found on the GNU.org in regards of the GNU Linux things. And so there we go. And that's pretty thumbs up for that, yeah. Okay, so what else is there? I guess it's, we have a company now moving things forward, and again, giving back to the community. That I think is very nice. So the future and all that will be interesting to follow. So let's see if there's other things down here. Here we have, now that's gonna be stuck in my head in regards of a call, I guess. We have mute, speaker, add call, hold, and dial pad. Looks pretty good. I don't know if you can just do like this, and maybe we can turn it around here so we can see a big screen of that. Yep, seems to work. Oops. Uh-oh. Now I did something stupid again, or something. Maybe the program has some issues in regards of... I did have one of the applications in regards of Librem Social, where it actually deleted my my images that I uploaded. I do wonder why they did that. Maybe it's because they're still testing things or something like that. But like if you go to my profile and you go to media, and you can see like there's three images that was actually in regards to Jesus t-shirt. I had a t-shirt. I actually still have the t-shirt, but I had 3 pictures of that, I think, or 2 pictures and something. I think there was 3 pictures of the t-shirt. But apparently those images, first you could only see the small image, and you couldn't push, and then then apparently also the small image went away. I'm not sure what's going on with that. That was pretty sad. So some of the posts that I've made where I made the t-shirt doesn't have the t-shirt on. So, I guess they're still in the beginning process of fixing things and all that. So I'm not sure. So it's some time since it began, it happened. And of course, that's pretty sad if your images are, done away in some sense. Hopefully that's just a glitch or something like that. Because I actually used it when I wanted to show my t-shirt and all that. I could just go into and find the t-shirt, but not so much at the moment. Okay, here we go again. Here we have the kill switches. And again, they're really, really fond of the kill switches. Again, I'm not so sure I'm so excited about about that. But anyway, That's not the primary thing, that's for sure. I'm not sure what that might be. The SD, no, sorry, the micro SD maybe. I don't know. Where you put the, I don't know. Anyway, it's a little hard when you don't have it in the hand. Here we have the off-topical podcast cover, the Linux Gamers recent Librem 5 on. Okay. It's very, very sad with, I think he's called Gardiner or something like that. Apparently, you know, this guy from Purism goes to Gardiner, and then he has this 15 minutes thing on YouTube, but then you actually need to be a paying member of his to actually get access to the rest. I think that's pretty sad, you know. Here Gardiner gives this great chance of, you know, oh, maybe I just need to push once. Yeah, there we go. Here gives this great chance of having someone from the company out and all that, and then the rest of the things are put on. See a remote play together. Librem 5 news. Not sure. Okay, I guess it's for later to see if there's anything. I see if you don't pay Librem 1 for subscription, you can put your current VPN into Librem Tunnel. If you do pay them, then you can either use theirs or the one you currently have now with the Librem Tunnel app. I'm not actually sure how these things in regards to the VPN and all that, or VPN. Actually, yeah, I'm not so technical, but I do have Block This, and apparently Block This seems to be a VPN apparently. So I guess I'm using a VPN. But actually it's primarily in regards of ad blocking enabled. It's open source, by the way. So if anyone is looking for a good advertising blogger, this just works wonderful. And as I said, it's open source, so you can go and look into the code if you know, in regards to that and all that. This guy that have made this application is just, you know, it's just thumbs up. When I researched these, and my phone is not rooted or anything like that, so this application actually works on a non-rooted phone. So I found 2 applications that worked on a non-rooted phone. The other one was like 7 something, but they were still selling your information, I think, or something like that. That was something where they, I think they were selling your information or something like that. So, so of the choices that I've, you know, this is the best thing that I could find. So if you're looking for an ad blocker for Android, this is the best application. It's a wonderful application, and I've used it for a long time, you know, a very long time, I guess, and it's just working wonderful. So yeah, there are some applications that, you know, have like the ads in the application itself, but I'm not sure I actually have any applications anymore that actually does that. But, you know, it's working wonderful. You know, it's just wonderful. I think it also works with browsers, but I do have this browser installed, which is actually what is called, let's see, app info. Let's have some app info. Adblock browser. But of course, you know, Adblock browser, then Google crazy, and Facebook is giving you bad images apparently. So it's just disgusting, you know. Again, I was actually angry at Adblock browser, and I'm like, I don't think it's Adblock browser. I actually think it's Facebook and Google crazy that then gives you, you know, these bad images. It's just disgusting of these you know, these, you know, you just get, you know, when I see things and I'm like, what, you know, and I'm getting somewhat angry at the company for doing something, and then find out it's not the company, it's because of these maniac institutions. I'm just so tired of these, you know, just because they want to force all their crappy advertising down the throat of us, you know. And I don't, oh yeah, by the way, the Librem 5 doesn't have all that advertising, right? You know, when you have an Android and you buy an Android and all that, you know, usually they have all this, you know, just advertising everywhere, right? And I guess you don't get that with the Librem 5, or at least have an easier way to get around it, because also you have root access. So you can decide what you want and what you don't want. So on Android, when you are not rooted and all that, you have to figure out which application and all that. And of course, they don't make it easy for you. And then, then these applications are usually outside Play Store because Play Store kicks them out. And I think that's Google, right? In regards to Play Store, that's Google, I think. So they just kick you out, or kick them out. It's just disgusting. Any case. But that's a great application. It's really a wonder if you don't want these satanic ads, And usually it's a lot of satanic bullshit that they promote and put in your face. And it's like, my life is short enough, I don't want to waste my life looking at crappy advertising or something like that. I want to use my mobile, So let's see, Librem Social, Librem Chat, Librem Social. I think we pretty much, Not sure who's So Kam Young and all that. Of course, I have to be careful if, the thing with Librem Social is that can actually come things that is not so good in regards of, I have Genesis 2:18 and Jehovah God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him. That's the woman, by the way. And the feminist, of course, usually hate the Bible because the Bible, Anyway, God is probably in plural in regards of... But in regards of feminism, that's satanic. It's rebellious. It is rebellion, and it's an organization pretty much destroying womanhood and making women into whores and murderers and, rebellious, man-hating witches, pretty much. But you can't say that because now you are speaking hate speech, right? But that's pretty much what it is. We have murdered a huge amount of people just because of feminism. Just because men don't stand up to these rebellions, murderous, women. That's usually also dressed in red, by the way. I guess the color fits them in regards of the rivers of blood that they have pretty much done. Look at that! Looks wonderful. Looks really neat, Let's see if we can turn it around. It's a little hard to see. The quality could be better in this image. But that looks pretty good, keyboard, and writing a message and all that looks pretty good. Actually, the color reminds me of the Commodore 64 in some sense. The blue screen of the Commodore, Greetings from my Librem 5, So this guy, apparently Brian Lunduk, apparently has a lot on my home thing and all that. And we have in regards to Jesus, in regards to the book of Matthew, that's the first book of the New Testament. I would advise anyone, if they haven't done it, to read the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John in the New Testament, and be careful of Paulus, because Paulus leads people into lawlessness. So just be careful of him, Here we have the fast. I do wonder what fast then means. Fast design tool for Linux. I guess it's, there's a lot of... here we have Paul. Be careful of Paul. Let's see what he actually... Anyway, be careful of Paul. The leaven of the Roman Paulus, Pharisee and all that. Who did the first Inquisition of the Christians and was rejected by all Asia. Might actually also be some problems with the money thing in regards of, like the Roman Catholicism and all that. They love money as well, right? They are selling salvation for money, and, you can pay for, in regards to the people now in so-called purgatory. Purgatory is not found in the Bible, but, I guess if, you can make things up, apparently, if you are cold, a satanic cold. Anyway, here we have the box, by the way, in regards of Brian Lunduk. Looks pretty good. It doesn't look like, like a, it looks like a box, It doesn't look like, the whole red, what's it called, red thing and all that. It just looks like a box, a standard box. But I guess, in regards of the idea of the, it's kind of, yeah. It's kind of, I guess it's, yeah, I'm not sure what the word is for that, but, I guess it's just, where we see, yeah, I don't know what to, Kyle ranking, this is among the reasons I never post pictures of my son and understand I accept risk to my own identity. I actually wrote to him in regards of, but he talks about this thing where they have, pretty much taken images and all that from people and all that, and the articles is there. And I actually wrote to him in regards of that. They will get the image one way or another. Cameras everywhere and control. It's just a matter of time, sadly. Go read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John in the New Testament and be careful of Roman Pharisee Paulus. And then another one, the Roman Antichrist 666 wants full and complete control of us, and he will get it. The Bible is true, and so is the triune tyrant, Christ and Christ alone. I guess, sola scriptura, that's Latin, so I don't really like that, the Bible and the Bible alone in some sense, and just be careful of Paulus. Not to say that he does some truth also, but you just have to be careful of the leaven that he, has in his letters. In any case, whatever the case, Paulus is not Jesus, okay? So Jesus is the important. Hey, that's the one we need to follow. That's the master. That's the rabbi. That's God. In flesh. Anyway, we have MX Linux, some quotes of that as well. MX Linux is, I think, pretty interesting, I think. I have had it installed and it was actually running pretty good in regards of giving me some, I had a laptop without a graphic card in it, so just the onboard thing, which is not really made to do much. But overall, MX Linux gave me actually some of the best stats with Crunchbang++. But yeah, it's still pretty crabby, pretty much. So, but the MX Linux have some pretty interesting things, I must say, and they actually also have the browser for easily installation that I like, but I can't remember the name of it, sadly. But many of the Linux distributions, you need to usually sit there and figure out how to install it and toy around with it with the things. But MX Linux actually have it for installation. I can't remember what is. Actually, I could figure it out. No, I can't because I'm using another browser on the Windows. So that's a good question. Why do I actually have it? SeaMonkey. Oh yeah, SeaMonkey. Oh, SeaMonkey is a wonderful browser. And why is it wonderful? Because it's like the old days, and you can actually set it up with, so you can get some of the new features that you want in regards of tabs, for example, right? But it still looks like the old way of browsing. And it's like, all these new things when they began to make browsers differently and all that, I'm like, I was comfortable with what worked, why change something that works, But apparently they all figured out it was much interesting to change what actually worked, It's like, if it works, don't fix it, right? Apparently not. So SeaMonkey actually have it like in the, is it SeaMonkey? Yeah, I think it's SeaMonkey. Yeah, I'll have to go over and see. Actually, maybe it's actually broken at the moment. I'm not sure, actually. The problem is, I'm having a really, really old computer running Windows here, and the only browser that actually is good, yeah, it is SeaMonkey. SeaMonkey is wonderful. Actually, I could take a screen. Actually, I could just put on the. I'll just do this and turn it around. Let's see. No. Could we? No, there we go. Let's see if we can just turn the camera around here. And maybe if I... No, I need to do this. Okay, so here's my old laptop. Uh-oh. Having some, I guess, should have found, maybe this one. So, yeah. Come on! I guess it's a little slow here. Of course, I'm recording and all that, so that doesn't make it easier, but come on. Okay, over here, down there. And sometimes the phone stops the camera and all that. It should come on again, or if it doesn't, I'll have to restart it. There we go. And yep, so this is the browser. Look at that. It's like in the old days. You know, you get like a back button here, and you can actually set it up so it actually becomes smaller, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. Maybe it's on uh-oh. Do you want to allow the following to change? Close that. Oh, didn't I? I think if I remember correctly, you can actually make these smaller. I'm not sure where I actually did that, but yeah, as you can see, you have a block up, you know, you block your origin and all that, and you know, like in the old days, you have a marker, and you have, you know, and you actually can set it up so you can have more of these browsing things. It's like working like the old days. That's great. And you can actually, you know, like this you need to set up in the settings, but then you can actually, like, you know, so you get actually the same nice feature that Opera, for example, have in regards to, and other browsers, you know. So you get the old and some of the new, and as I remember it, you can actually fix these so they become smaller as well. I can't remember how, but I think these, you know, can become smaller so you get more surface area, but still working like the old. I'm not sure why that, you know, maybe it was the Linux thing that I fixed that or something like that. In any case, it's a wonderful browser. I think it's just, you know, my computer is pretty slow, and Opera is pretty much the browser that run. You know, I don't really like the design of it and all that, but it is the one that runs the most smooth. You know, of all of the browsers that I've run. And the problem is I might actually be opening too many tabs, you know, that's my problem apparently. So, but Opera is pretty much the one that actually doesn't become totally unstable and all that when you actually, now of course this was on Windows, so running CMonkey on Linux might be different and all that. I can't remember at the moment. Anyway, so yeah, I guess I'm kind of getting there in regards of being done. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, I have to, in regards to that mirror thing, you know, in regards of seeing my legs, you know, I'm sorry about that, you know. It's you know, kind of mirroring and all that, and I hadn't figured that out. So my white legs. So anyway, let's just turn that off, and we'll be. So here we have Librem. I think they forked this as well. And it's called Librem Chat. And you can see you have support channel, Librem 1 general chat, and Jesus God Almighty. That's my channel. I made that. There's not really much activity in it and all that, but you know, I thought it would probably come as, you know, an abortionist child murder. There's not much activity there either, but I had hoped that, you know, that there would come some more activity on things and all that. You know, as the community grows and things gets moving and all that. I just deleted Skype, you know, as well. I'm trying to find applications that is open source and yeah, pretty much instead of, I don't want, you know, these, you know, usually you have Skype, for example, or you had there was one more that I remember, Skype, but anyway, WhatsApp, for example, and then these programmers just sell it, you know, money, right? And you get so and so if we can, you know, and Microsoft bought Skype and Facebook bought WhatsApp and all that, and just, you know, money, right? You know, here all these people in the days of old making Skype popular and all that, and helping the guy, you know, finding bugs and all that. And then, you know, what does he do? Just sells it to Microsoft. It was actually I haven't found anything that was actually better than Skype in the old days. There's pretty much from the times of the old Skype, pretty much nothing has actually in these many years. What is it, like 10 years, maybe more, 15 years? You know, since it must be 50, maybe 20 years. There hasn't been anything better than the old Skype of old. You had a search feature. You could pretty much search anyone. You could search, you could search on how old the person was, where the person was from, you know, woman or man, and so forward. You could do this by the snap of your finger. And I know in regards of security and all that, and blah 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 and all that. But if you wanted the information out there, I guess it's not worse than Facebook and all that. But the thing is, it gave the user, you could just call up somebody, just easily find someone. You didn't need to go on the internet to try to find, for example, a room or whatever, and then you get an invite for you need to first figure out in regard. You just this was just easy, searching a person or whatever and all that, and I called different people up and said hello, and if I want to figure, it would have been wonderful because. Of course, I could do this on my phone and all that, but this was free, if I wanted to call someone in Iran or, Saudi Arabia or whatever, to get their views, I could just, look up, and point and ding-a-ling-a-ling, hello, I'm calling from Denmark. I just wanted to know how the situation is out there down at you guys. How do you look at this, in regards, I have this bullshit, square box telling me that this and that and all that. Could you tell me how do you look at that? Is that bullshit or just propaganda like usual and, trying to stir things up as usually as the Jesuits and in regards to the Crusades of Rome and so forward? How is it on your front, But no, we had, that's that went away. He sold it to Microsoft, and then we had the advertising, right? And then I don't think it was actually pair to server, what is called pair. I think actually the old Skype was directly called. So you're calling directly. I don't think it went through a server when you actually called someone. I think it actually just went, from pair to pair. But of course, that have changed with Microsoft. I guess they want to listen into maybe some of the things. I don't know. It wouldn't be, it's not a surprise anymore what they do, and it's disgusting what they do. But it's not a surprise, because this world is just so wicked, And the Roman Emperor wants to know what kind of color of turd goes into your toilet, and how it's, and how it smells, It's just disgusting. But anyway, we have we're getting more and more cameras in society and all that, and to I don't think we can run away from that because even if we don't put our images on the internet, we have the cameras all over, taking images, and the technology is already there to find out who we are and so forward, and make a database and all that. I can't remember which country they had it where they also get points for doing good deeds and bad, bad points for, or points for doing good deeds and good according to the government, I guess, and taking of points if you are bad and so forward. And apparently that also changes if you can take the train or something like that. It looked like whatever. Anyway, so the technology seemingly is there, and they do a lot of things that they usually don't tell us, right? And then we have some of these whistleblowers coming out, and no one believes those whistleblowers, and then the whistleblowers are getting killed or just whatever. So But people are so brainwashed in our days, so they don't know anything. We're totally ignorant, actually. We don't even know who the Antichrist is. Well, how are we going to fight an enemy we don't know anything about? Well, actually, now we're running back to the enemy. You see, all these Protestant countries was the worst enemy for Satan. Why? Because they read the Bible and they understood real history and they knew where the Antichrist was. And of course, they knew who Jesus actually was. He wasn't just a mere cookie, like the Roman Catholics are worshipping a cookie. Yeah, the cookie god. Insane. It's like a total lunacy house, they have. Anyway, so I tried to figure out in regards to Librem Chat and Librem Social is from, they have forked those. And so I tried to move more over on that and see if it will become more and more and trying to get used to it because they're open source. I have Telegram, but as I understand it, the server side is not open source. The client side is open source, but not the server side. So, I don't know about how that will. I don't really use it that much, but. One of the guys that programmer, he seems to be a pretty good guy, he seemed to, but who knows, because he also sold the Russian Facebook or something like that to someone, so, I wonder in regards of Telegram and all that, because do they actually have the ability to then sell it further if they... So maybe you get a lot of users and then you just can sell the thing, or, just... That's the thing, that's the... because you can have a nice platform, right? And then out of nowhere, the guy or the guys behind it just sells it to one of these big companies, and then you are in the mud again, right? It's an ongoing battle that just, keeps on going and going and going and going. I remember when we had ICQ when I was, young. And ICQ was pretty good, and Messenger was also, well, it wasn't totally bad, And first, one stops and then the other stops and then you have Skype. But then Skype gets taken over by Microsoft and all that. Skype was actually... Skype was awesome. Skype, when Skype came out and all that was just total awesome. You could call, it was great. I haven't really seen anything that has been better than Skype before it was sold to Microsoft. As far as I know, you cannot, the search feature is not there in Skype anymore. Yeah, but it was there in the old days and was just wonderful, finding someone in Norway or Sweden or whatever, and just calling them up, that's pretty good. And if you didn't want to be on the list, I think you could actually just, not show your information. Of course, it would just be easy to just, would it be much different than we have these books where you can look, and people have the numbers and all that. It's just making it a little more easy, using the Skype, but a little more details and so forward. So, that's pretty much I guess. So Librem Chat, open source. Librem Social, open source. Jitsi Meet, open source. Well, there's still a problem with the Jitsi Meet. The problem with Jitsi Meet is if you join a room and so forward, and the Librem Chat has the same problem because it uses Jitsi Meet. And I think Rocket Chat also used Jitsi Meet. So, it seemed like it was Jitsi Meet. So, all these three programs have issues, or the Jitsi Meet have issues. The problem with Jitsi Meet is that it apparently calls out on my mobile because they say the Jitsi Meet needs to play nice with other calling programs or something like that. So it calls out without actually you knowing it, but the call recorder program that I have, understands that someone is making a call, and thereby it activates, and because it activates, I can't, Jitsi Meet is ruined. I can't speak to anyone. because the call recording program is, so I have to deactivate the call program to actually use these other. It took me a little time to figure out what was going on. I tried other calling programs and it's the same thing, with GT Meet. And I tried to talk to them about it, but doesn't really seem to compute apparently. Yeah, apparently they made this feature to play nice apparently, but apparently it makes another issue. I'm not sure in regards of playing nice how it plays now, because every other program seems to work pretty good without calling out. Anyway, we have Signal, but I haven't really used Signal much. As I understand it, it's an alternative to WhatsApp, and it's open source as well, as I understand it. And the guy that actually made WhatsApp and sold it to Facebook is, as I understand it, have jumped on Signal instead. I'm not sure in regards of how, but I saw something that he was going to Signal and helping them in regards of. So he found out it was a stupid thing to sell, WhatsApp to Facebook, and but money, buys everything apparently. Well, not salvation, but of course the Roman Catholics thinks you can. But Signal. I haven't really used it much, so I don't really know how good it is compared to. We have Librem chat. Someone on Librem chat saying something. That's Joshua, it seems. Well, how is Joshua here? Oh, maybe it's a Liberty chat apparently. See here what it says. That's hello Shill. Not sure who is talking to Shill. What is a shill? Shill. Let's see here. We're getting low on battery, so maybe I should begin to stop it. Let's see here. Go. But where is there we go. Shill. I'm not sure Shill. Anyway, let's just try to just question mark. Okay. Anyway, so yep. I tried Rocket Chat as well. As I understand it, that is also open source, but that seems to need some more work. But it is interesting that you can actually fix video short, like it was like 25 seconds or something like that. You can send a video, and there's voice. I actually spoke for 15 minutes and it was still ongoing, but I guess at some point it will not allow to be sent, I guess, in regards like the video. If you make longer videos, it will not, like over 25 seconds. It's seems to have a limit in regards of how much you can send of data. So if it's above something, you are not allowed to send it. But Rocket Chat looked pretty good as well. It's a little like IRC, but still with some video features and all that. And as I understand, it's actually open source. So Rocket Chat look pretty good if they just if they could move forward in regards, but doesn't seem like there's so many using it. Did also see some seem to be still some bugs in it and all that, so but if they continue to work on it, that could actually be a pretty powerful chat application, I think. That looked actually pretty good. I was actually pretty surprised that let's see if we can actually go up here and open it up. Maybe I should just close the window. It runs a little smoother than. Oh, we have Joshua actually replying to my post. But anyway, let's just. So we have general here. Oh, Oh, read. I'm not sure what actually. Oh, favorite. Okay, you can actually pull to the sides. What is that? Read. Unread. Oh, so there's some more features here apparently. Favorite, hide, and okay. So anyway, so you have these different rooms, and it looks pretty much like IRC, where you have these different rooms, and you can go in. This is the general room, and as you can see, there's a lot of people that joined, but the problem, I guess, with this application is there's not that many, I think, that actually talk so much. You know, if one wants to try the application out, you know, you would need someone to talk to, right? I guess they might actually be working on the application still in regards of flaws and all that. I'm not sure. But again, there are still some problems. Sometimes I need to push on the message to actually get new messages that is already posted. So, and I know they are posted because the application have told me, but I can't see them and all that. So there seems to be some bugs and all that. But if this also can run on Linux and all that, that would actually that would actually be kind of, as a, you know, it just needs some more work, but it has some pretty cool features. I tried to make my own little channel here, but it changed my dots to these instead of having dots. They, you know, that's pretty sad. The name you can actually have, you know, like Jesus is God Almighty, like hello again. You know, it's like also sometimes the airplane doesn't come down here, so it absolutely have some bugs still, but the application looks pretty good. You can record things and you can make videos and choose files and all that. So overall, I think this application actually looks to have some pretty good but I would have liked to see a room that actually, oh, hello, there was some, hey there. So maybe I can, I'm not entirely sure how it works yet, but can I like oh, so you can see the guy, apparently the time zone, but I guess some more programmers on this application fixing the bugs and all that, would be awesome actually. I think this actually looks very, very, very good. You know, besides the bugs and all that, this could actually be you know, become a pretty powerful chat application if it continues to be open source. You know, I guess it will always, you know, if it's open source, I guess it's always will. But this is actually, this has potential, I think. You know, being an open source platform, it's easy to pretty, well, I still have issues, but it's kind of, you know, it feels like IRC. It would just be nice if there was actually more activity on some of the rooms. Oh, here we see actually some activity, I guess. Here we have replies. Again, I'm still, you know, still not entirely sure how it all works out, but I'm not sure why I don't see the whole text. Do I need to push it to actually see the whole text? Apparently. Maybe I need to do it like this. Well, here we at least see some activity, you know, that's nice. Here we go. Is this channel meant for Snap desktop users? The people monitoring here primarily know about the server Snap. We might be able to help with desktop Snap. Oh. Uh-oh. So, anyway, it looked interesting in any case, you know. Uh-oh. Are we going off?